Hello, welcome back to episode number 5 on this 1948 REO truck project. This is also going to be the last video on this very interesting truck, and today we're going to be talking about why. So why is this going to be the last video on this REO truck? Well, simply put, I bit off a little bit more than I can chew with this project. I'm still a pretty inexperienced mechanic as far as all things go, and this truck just has a little bit more in-depth problems that I can solve myself. So what exactly is wrong here? Well, to start off, we have 2 broken rep valves and a blown piston. Both of these would have to be replaced or custom made. The issue with replacement is that there is no replacement parts available for REO trucks. So there's no new old stock, and they don't make parts for these trucks anymore. Then we also have a broken head bolt. This really isn't that big of a deal. I can take care of that, extracting the old head bolt, but that is on the list of things that would have to be done. Valve seats, all of the valve seats are heavily pitted. All of the exhaust valves are heavily pitted, and it would take a lot of work to grind those down to actually make a seal. The generator and the starter both are shot. They would both have to be either fixed probably or maybe replaced. If the starter wouldn't be able to be replaced, but maybe we could replace like the alternator or generator on it. The intake and exhaust manifolds are both cracked, and they have chunks out of them that we'd have to find a way to weld or glue back on or connect in some way. And there's also just some missing parts that I don't know how we would even fix. As far as the brake system goes, it's just completely broken. From head to toe, it would all have to be replaced, which would be really expensive, first of all, and also very difficult to do, to find things that would match up with it. The tires, they're split rims, and the rubber of it is all dry rotted, so we'd have to replace everything, which would be pretty expensive. It wouldn't be super difficult to do, it'd just be pretty expensive as far as the tires go. The clutch is just rusted solid. It would take a lot of work to get that clutch to even almost start to work again, and getting parts to try to replace or work with that again is just not possible. Gaskets, obviously we took the whole engine apart. There's a lot of gaskets in there that would have to be made or replaced. Obviously you can't really replace them because there's no parts to replace them with, but try to have to make them out of some gasket material or something. The fuel pump, I'm pretty sure is shot. Every test that I tried with it didn't work, so we'd have to find a new fuel pump. That could probably be done. And another just issue all around, all of the electrical has an issue somewhere. Especially all the electrical parts, all the wires connecting everything. And it's all a 6-volt system. Everything is run on a 6-volt system in this old truck, and that just will cause a problem overall, trying to get parts to fix everything that needs to be done. The other things we have to worry about here are just, first of all, the gas tank. The issue with it is that it was just open to all the weather, and so we can assume that there's quite a bit of rust in there. We don't actually know. But we probably have to just use an external gas tank of some sort. Now, the rest of these don't actually apply to getting it running again. These are just conveniences. Stuff like the gauges, there's probably going to be no way to get the gauges to work again. The seat would have to be reupholstered because, as you saw, it was just all rusty springs. So it could be done, but that would have to be done too. The heater is blown. We'd have to... Probably wouldn't even worry about it, but if we were going to do it, we'd try to do the heater and make it work again. And just all of the other little conveniences as far as inside the cab and making it look nice again, all of that would have to be done. Now, it's important to say here that all of this stuff on this board can be done. This is not impossible stuff to do. It's just stuff that's going to be a little bit out of my budget, first of all, but also just a little bit out of my experience and out of my ability to do. This is my first major project I've ever taken on, and this is just too much stuff for me to really work on with my experience level. I kind of knew this was going to be a really big project when I went into it, and it was just, I bit off way more than I'm actually able to chew. So now you may be wondering, what's going to happen to this truck now? We contacted the owner, and he decided that he would like to have it back. So we took the engine, we put it all back together, and we set it on the bed so that we can roll it back over to his place.
It took a while and it got pretty dark, but we finally got the truck put back almost exactly where we found it. Yes, this project is going to end right where it began, but with a lot of experience and knowledge gained in the process. Many people would consider this a complete failure, but I believe that the experience alone made this project well worth it. So this is the end to this series on this 1948 REO truck. I really appreciate all of you guys for watching this series, and I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know when my next video will be, so until then, goodbye.